Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing. Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 232 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. Thank you guys, first of all, for sharing the episodes and for subscribing. It means a lot to me. We can get so stuck in our beliefs that we just see no other way, or maybe we just insist that we're right, when just one new thought or question or story can make you see a situation in a brand new light. And that's what I try to do for us every single week with these episodes. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening. Okay, so this last week I was working with a coaching client, all right? And she was really struggling. She was really having a hard time. She felt like she was neglecting her husband because she was taking care of everything and everyone else and wasn't able to spend as much time with him. But here's the thing. The reason she was so busy after we really started talking was he was taking care of his sick father, his elderly father. So she was picking up the slack of everything else. But she felt really bad because she wasn't able to spend time with him and his dad. But here she was taking care of everything else. She was really beating herself up over this. Sometimes we're so busy juggling life that we never stop and just really realize we are doing the best that we can do. And sometimes there's no easy decision. Sometimes none of our options are that great, but you have to choose one. We've all been there. Maybe you're there right now. So she and I worked together and we worked through it. And we realized, okay, all right, someone had to be taking care of the kids and paying the bills. And someone had to be taking full-time care of dad. And she wanted to be in both places at once, but that isn't reality. There was no possible way to do that. So instead, she just ends up feeling guilty and emotional and wishing she could be there for everyone. So I asked her a question. I said, what if everything you're doing to take care of the family is actually making your husband feel more loved because he's able to spend the time he needs to with his father in his final days? I asked her also, what if nothing has gone wrong? What if you're doing the exact right thing for your family right now? She started crying and said, that feels really good to think that way. And actually, it's true. Her husband even said that same thing to her. So nothing about the situation had changed. She just changed the way she was looking at it. Life can be super hard, and we're all going to have really good times, and we're all going to have really bad times. Welcome to the world of being human, right? You're not going to miss out on good or bad times. You're going to have both. So many times we beat ourselves up because we're not doing enough, we're not being enough. What if we're exactly where we're supposed to be? Nothing we do or don't do can ever change how worthy we are. That I know for sure, and I hope you know it, and I hope you never forget it. You were born worthy, and that isn't going to change. But our brain, that big, beautiful brain, is hardwired for negative bias. So we tend to believe negative thoughts about ourselves and negative comments. Well, we all know those stick with us for what seems like forever. We also tend to really beat ourselves up for things we would never beat someone else up for. So the next time you're going through something really hard, do one of these three things. Number one, okay, step outside of it. Take the exact situation and put your best friend in it, or maybe your favorite sister. Really, in your mind, put them in the exact scenario you're in. What advice would you give them? We're so much harder on ourselves than we are on other people. And more than likely, you have really good advice to give them. Give that same grace and love and good advice to yourself. Another thing, number two, you can do is ask yourself a better question. One of the most powerful questions I have found that I love is, what if nothing has gone wrong? That's the question I ask my client. What if nothing's gone wrong and you're both doing the best you can and you're actually fully supporting him and loving him by giving him the freedom to be with his dad? Sometimes we have things come up where there's no easy decision. There's no changing the circumstance, but you can certainly change the way you're looking at it. And a lot of times you do that by asking a better question. That's what Tony Robbins always says. He says, ask better questions and you'll get better answers. All right, so the final thing, the third thing is I also like to have thoughts, okay, that I have every single day to get me through uncomfortable situations. Now, a lot of times I'll journal mine, like I'll journal them every morning so that I remember them. So a few of my favorites, number one of my first favorites is everything is as it should be. This always calms me down. And if you really think about that, everything is as it should be. Isn't that calming? Okay, another one is things are working for me, not to me. And this makes me look for what's right. So in any situation that's going on, even hard ones, you can go, okay, this is working for me in some way. What is it? Okay. Now, another one is everything happens right on time. I don't know if you're like me, but I tend to think, oh, I should have been doing this already, or I should be doing this. But having that thought, everything happens right on time, stops me from feeling behind. And then finally, this last one I love, and I'm just telling you, if you can have this thought and journal it every day, it'll make you feel so much better. No one can make me feel a certain way unless I let them. And this puts me in control of my feelings, complete control of my feelings. And there is no better place. That is for sure. So the next time you're going through something hard, be sure to step out of the situation for a moment and ask yourself, what would you say to your best friend if they were going through the same thing? You'll amaze yourself with your advice. I promise you that. You've got good advice in that head. And then also, number 2, ask yourself a better question. What if nothing's going wrong? Or how is this working in my favor? And finally, grab onto a couple new thoughts to think every day, like everything happens right on time. Or there's no rush and I'm not behind. That feels so good to even just say. I'm always looking for ways for us all to be better every single day. And when you change your mindset, nothing in your life has to change for you to feel better. It can happen pretty fast with just a little practice and some consistency. Keep listening every week. I put these episodes out on Monday and Friday so you have good thoughts for the week and then good thoughts going into the weekend. It's kind of like you have your own private life coach in your back pocket. I like that thought. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in a few days. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.